Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a review and first impressions of the new Jaclyn Cosmetics face collection. So I was super excited to try this collection out because you guys know I love anything complexion related, anything that has to do with your foundation routine and setting your face and highlighting, contouring, all that stuff. I'm so into because I don't know about you guys, but foundation and powders and the base is like my favorite kind of step when I do my makeup. With that being said, I definitely went a little ham on her whole collection. I pretty much bought everything in her collection. I have the translucent powder, I have the face palette, I have the brightening under eye powder, and then I also have the eye cream. And then I did throw in some of her other launches that she's had, like her liquid lipsticks and her liners, and then her highlighting collection. The only thing I haven't gotten from her is her blush and bronzer duo, which I definitely want to try, but it's been sold out for a while now and I can't find it at any of my Ultas. So yeah, we'll have to wait on that. But if you guys are interested in my thoughts and opinions on this whole face collection, then just keep watching. So the first thing I picked up from Ulta today was the Professional Matte Rescue Primer. If you guys have been watching my videos in the past, you guys know I'm obsessed with this primer, and I ran out of it and I didn't repurchase it. But then I saw it at Ulta today and I was like, you know what? I really like this primer and it made my makeup last really long throughout the day. So if you do have oily skin, I highly recommend checking this one out. So it comes out like a gel, which I really like because personally I don't really like silicone primers that much because I feel like it makes me oily. So I just apply this all over my skin and it just feels kind of like a gel-based moisturizer. It doesn't feel like, you know, that silicone kind of feel where it's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. If you guys have tried silicone primers, you know what I'm talking about. It just kind of feels kind of like oily almost in your hands. And then when you apply it on your skin, I just don't feel like it works as well as something like a gel-based primer. So for under eyes, I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Cosmetics Under Eye Hydrating Under Eye Primer. This says it's to prep and hydrate the delicate under eye area with the Skin Perfecting Primer. So I'm guessing this is supposed to help with concealer. So like if you apply under, like almost like eye cream, if you apply eye cream underneath your eyes, it's going to help kind of blend your concealer a little bit better and not make it crease or settle throughout the day. So I'm super excited to check this out because I've never heard of a brand doing like an under eye primer. So I'm super excited to figure out how this works. But I like the applicator and how it comes with like this little metal kind of applicator. The only thing is though, is if you like are allergic to this type of, you know, metal, then it could irritate your under eyes, but you could always just squeeze it on like your hand and then apply it that way. You don't have to like go in with this applicator, but I'm just going to apply a little bit under my eyes. Ooh, I will say though that this thing under your eyes feels so good and like cooling. Ooh, I like this. And I'm just going to take my finger and I'm just going to pat it under my eyes. So right away, I don't see like a huge difference in like my under eyes or anything like that, but I mean, I don't have any makeup on, but so far the application and like how it blended under my eyes felt so cooling and so relaxing because it's kind of cold when you apply it. But so far, I really like how it went on. So now I'm just going to do my foundation like I would normally. My two favorite foundations that I've actually been mixing, that if you guys are an oily skin person, you definitely need to try out this combo because the other day I mixed these two together and it was literally like 102 degrees outside. My makeup lasted all day. It did not crease, it did not settle in any fine lines or anything, and I didn't get oily throughout the day. So that is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, which is just like a cult favorite for anyone with oily skin, and the Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. So I love to mix these two together, and I feel like it gives me the best coverage, and it also lasts really well throughout the day. But you could already see like this foundation combination is so full coverage, but it doesn't feel like you have a lot of makeup on your face. So I just like to apply it with this e.l.f. sponge. And you could see just one layer like that already covered like all of my acne scars. So I'm going to take the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair Neutral. This is my favorite concealer of all time. I'm going to put some right here. I'm going to go down my nose, right here on my forehead, my Cupid's bow, and then my chin. Okay, so for my under eyes, I'm going to take the Jaclyn Cosmetics Brightening and Setting Palette. This is in the shade Fair Light, I believe. The lightest shade palette, because we're a little ghost over here. So it comes with lilac, coconut, honey, and almond. And the packaging is just freaking stunning. I love how she did like this like square kind of packaging. It's very sleek and very like high-end looking. And then you do get a mirror, which is just awesome, so that you're able to like see up close. Here's what the colors look like in the palette. So when I touch it with my hand or with my fingers, they come off very pigmented and very creamy on the finger. So you can see that there. They don't feel chalky or like, you know that kind of talc kind of feeling. So I'm going to take the two lightest shades. I'm going to mix the lilac and coconut together, and I'm going to set under my eyes. So I'm just going to blend out any creases I might have before I set my under eye. I'm going to pick it up with my e.l.f. sponge, and I'm going to take a little bit of the lilac and a little of the coconut. Wow. You could see how brightening that made my under eye. Wow, that made my under eye look like a baby's ass, so I'm not mad about that. It looks so smooth under my eyes and just like porcelain, not porcelain, poreless. I always say porcelain. So I'm just going to take a little bit more, and I'm just going to apply that to my eyelids just to set my eyes. I feel like this is the first like palette where the colors in the palette actually are light enough for my skin tone, because sometimes like with the Kat Von D palette, the lightest shade in that palette is still pretty dark. It's not really a brightening powder. It's more of just like a face color powder for me, but I feel like this actually really did brighten my skin. Like the lilac color definitely really brightened up under there. And it just looks so smooth. It doesn't look like you have like a lot of powder under your eyes. I'm excited. So far, I'm really liking that. So I think I'm going to take this one. This is the translucent powder from Jaclyn Cosmetics. So this one, she said, has like a nice kind of like sheen to it. And when I applied some on my hand, and when I feel it, it just feels so smooth. But I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on camera, but it just has this like sheen. There, I think you can kind of see it there. But it's definitely translucent, but it's not like a matte translucent. So it's definitely going to give you like a nice kind of glow. I hope it's not going to look like you have a lot of like powder on. So I'm going to take it with my sponge, and a good amount picks up on the sponge. And I'm just going to set all of my face. Dude. What? You could see there, it just gives like a nice like glow. But it doesn't really look or feel like you have a lot of powder on your skin. So I feel like even a dry person would really like this. Okay, this is probably like one of my favorite translucent pressed powders I think I've ever used in cosmetics, because it's not chalky and it's not like that chalky kind of translucent powder where it's pressed where you don't really get enough pigment and it kind of just disappears on your skin. This, you definitely pick up a lot of product on your sponge, but when you apply it to your face, it just looks like your skin is like poreless and just like, I don't even know how to describe it. I've never seen my skin look like this with translucent powder. I usually have to add like a, you know, like a face powder on top, but oh my goodness. And you could see, I don't know if you could see up close, it just has like this nice like kind of glow. And I'm not wearing like any highlighter or anything like that. It just gives your skin like this beautiful like inner glow. But I'm definitely feeling this powder. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this base with the Morphe Prep and Set just to kind of blend everything together before I go in with like bronzer and blush. Okay, so for bronzer, I'm going to use the Maybelline City Bronzer. This is in the shade 100. This is a really nice kind of cool tone bronzer. I mean, it's got a little bit of warmth in there, but it's good if you have fair skin. So I'm just going to pick some of that up. And I'm using the Jessup No. 3 brush. I got these brushes off of Amazon, and I really like them. So just to add a little bit of a glow to my bronzer, I'm going to add the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in Luminous Bronze Light. And I'm just going to apply just a little bit of that. Right on top. So for blush, I'm going to take my MAC palette blush. And I have no idea which one's which, but I want to say this one's Melba. No. Blush Baby and Melba. I'm going to mix those two together. No. I don't know. I'll link it down below, but I'm going to mix these two together. So I'm going to use the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder, and I'm just going to use that to clean up my contour or my bronzer. And now I'm going to take the under eye powder. This is in the shade Brightening Lilac. This is from Jaclyn Cosmetics. And I'm going to take a little bit of this and I'm going to apply it underneath my eyes just to kind of bake under my eyes and see how that looks. So I'm just going to take some, I'm tapping off the excess because I don't want to go crazy under my eyes. Damn, that's bright. I'm applying some on my chin just to kind of even out the highlight. And then on my forehead. Damn girl, this is pretty bright. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows and, you know, finish up the rest of my eye makeup, and then I'll be back and we'll go ahead and brush this off. Okay, you guys, so I just did my eyebrows, and I wiped off the bake down here because I was afraid it was going to get a little too intense. So now I'm just going to blend out this bake under my eyes. So I'm kind of just patting with my sponge. I did kind of spray a little bit of the setting spray, the Morphe setting spray on it so that it doesn't look dry. But it definitely brightened and just made my under eyes look even more smooth. So just to kind of stick with the whole Jaclyn Cosmetics theme, I'm going to take a little bit of the Jaclyn Doomy Luminous powder. This is a really pretty powder. I reviewed this when her highlighters first came out. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that and just apply it to my cheeks just to give a nice glow. But it's very subtle, but it just looks so pretty if you don't want like an intense highlight. Okay, so I'm going to spray my face again with the Morphe setting spray. Okay, you guys, so I just went ahead and did my eyeshadow, and now I'm going to go ahead and highlight. I'm going to use the Jaclyn Extra Loose Highlighter. This is one of my favorite loose highlighters. The formula is really, really nice, and it's very, very blinding. It's a very blinding highlight. I'm going to take that on a Jessup number 6 brush, and I'm just going to pop that on my cheekbones. But yeah, if you want like a blinding kind of highlight, then I definitely recommend this highlighter. This one's in the shade Extra. I don't know if I said that or not. And I'm going to take a little bit on my nose. I can't not have a nose highlight. Okay, so I also got her lip collection, which I've been wanting to try out. So yeah, I got the shade Get Real as the liquid lipstick, and then I got the lip liner Toasty. This is going to be like a darker lip liner, so I wanted to get like Chai or something, but it was already sold out. So I just decided to get this so I could at least try something so you could see how it glides on in the formula. So I'm just going to line my lips with Toasty. Pretty similar shade to like Cork by MAC or like a Sweet Tea from Morphe, which you guys know is like my favorite colors ever. But these are gliding on just like MAC Pro Longwear lip pencils. It reminds me a lot of those, where it's like super creamy and it just glides on really effortlessly. Like you don't have to keep like going over your lips to get pigment. Alright, so there is Toasty. It's a really pretty kind of like dark brown lip liner, kind of like that 90s kind of vibe. So now I'm going to go in with the liquid lipstick in the shade Get Real. It's like a really pretty kind of light peachy shade. Okay, so first impression on the liquid lipstick, it feels very like lightweight on your lips, like almost like a Kat Von D kind of feel. Super lightweight though, like you barely feel it on your lips. And it's kind of like a watery kind of consistency. It's not like a thick liquid lipstick consistency, but it still gives you like pigment, you can see. That's a really pretty color though. So I'm just gonna let this kind of like dry first, and then I'm gonna go in with my lip liner again and just kind of finish up the edges a little bit. So the formula of the liquid lipstick is very like comfortable on your lips. Like I can go like that with my lips and not feel like my lips are dry. So I really do like how it feels like moisturizing on your lips, but it's not one of those that's like sucking the life out of your lips. But this color is so pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and kiss my hand so we could see if it transfers at all. So a little bit did come off, so it might not be like a transfer proof kind of liquid lipstick, but maybe I just need to let it dry down a little bit more. But there is Get Real and Toasty Liner. I think it's a really pretty color combination, and I think it goes pretty well with my eyeshadow today. But yeah. So just to set everything and finish it all off, I'm going to go in with the Professional Super Setter. This is a really great setting spray if you like to kind of minimize your pores. So I'm just going to spray this all over my skin. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see my skin and how everything looks. So everything went on literally like a freaking dream. I could not explain how freaking bomb my makeup looks right now. Like I'm actually like shook. My under eyes look brighter than my future. I've never seen my under eyes look this bright with like a setting powder. Usually I have to like bake for like a good like, you know, 10 minutes to get some brightness because I'm so fair. Okay, so now I let my lips kind of set down for a little bit and it's not transferring at all on my hand. But you can see that. So this looks like a pretty long wearing liquid lipstick. So definitely mask friendly, which is a bonus because I sometimes feel like I don't even want to wear lipstick or anything under my mask because like what's the point? No one's going to see it. But I mean, just for your own pleasure and your own, like, you know, to feel complete, you know, with wearing makeup while you're wearing a mask, this is definitely something I would wear because it's not going to transfer in my mask. And that is literally one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to wearing my mask because I hate when I see like lipstick and stuff all in my mask. It's just not, it's not cute. So, but yeah, this is how my skin looks. I am so freaking obsessed with pretty much everything that I tried, and I know I'm going to sound so biased because I am a fan of Jaclyn Hill. Like I do love her videos, but I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I love pretty much everything that I tried in this video. Everything went on so beautiful, and I'm really impressed with this primer because my under eyes look so smooth and so like poreless and just like blended like a dream. And it doesn't feel dry. So normally when I go in with like face powders and stuff, my under eyes can tend to look a little bit dry because I did go in and set it and then bake it and, you know, all that. I love how this was a primer to like apply underneath your makeup so that you don't have that problem. And so far I do not see my under eyes creasing or getting cakey. It just looks so poreless and just, you know, I don't know how to describe it. It just looks so bomb under my eyes. So if you guys really want to try a new kind of product that I haven't really seen another company do, then I would definitely check out this under eye primer. I really, really like this under eye primer. And then the palette, I am so happy that I finally have found a palette that is going to work for my fair skin because there's not a lot of under eye palettes for fair skin that I've noticed that aren't darker than your skin tone, because I love the Shade and Light palette. I like to use that when I have like a fake tan, because that's perfect when I have a fake tan. But when I'm more fair, I feel like the under eye powders are just too dark for my under eyes, and it doesn't give me like the brightness that I'm looking for. But this palette definitely gave me exactly what I wanted. These two top shades, I just mixed those together, and you guys, look how bright my under eyes look. Like, I'm shocked. These are so smooth and just so blendable, and when they go on, it just goes on just so easy and effortlessly. And I do like to use under eye powders with a sponge, and this e.l.f. sponge worked really well with this type of powder. So I highly recommend the face palettes. I love the formula that she did. I love the packaging. It just looks so sleek and pretty, and yeah, it's white and it can get dirty, but I mean, I don't really care about any of that. It's the product that is really, you know, the selling point, honestly. So highly recommend the face palette if you are looking for a highlighting palette if you have fair skin. But yeah, they have different shades and like all different shade ranges that you are. So I would definitely recommend checking that out. So the translucent pressed powder, I definitely say to try this out, because this is probably going to be like one of my favorite powders in my makeup collection, especially for a translucent powder. I have never tried a translucent powder that gives you such a natural kind of sheen to your skin and just makes your makeup just look so like perfected and just even, and it's perfect if you don't want any added coverage, because this doesn't give you like coverage. It just gives you like this natural kind of glow to your skin and just sets your makeup, but in a way that I've never seen another pressed translucent powder do. I don't know. It just gives you such a beautiful like glow to your skin. So you could see there on the back of my hand. I wasn't excited for it because I'm like, oh, it's just like a translucent powder. But now that I've tried it, that is probably like my favorite thing that I've tried in the whole collection. So definitely don't sleep on the translucent powder, because that was freaking bomb. And then the under eye baking powder in the shade Brightening Lilac. This is so pretty. It definitely did brighten up my under eyes. But I feel like if you're going to do one or the other, I would do the face palette, just because you get more colors in that. But if you want to splurge on the whole collection, then I definitely think that this is worth it as well. It definitely brightens up your under eyes. I put it on my chin, my forehead, and under my eyes, and it just made me look even more bright. So if you want like an extra brightening kind of look, then I highly recommend the brightening powders. I like the Brightening Lilac though, because I am so fair, and it does give me that like brightening kind of look. But they do have other colors that I probably will go check out, because I'm just crazy like that, and I want to check out like a baking powder for underneath my contour. So yeah, I would definitely recommend checking that out as well, because I just feel like it really did what it was supposed to do. It's supposed to brighten up my under eyes and just set everything. So if you do like that super bright under eye, then definitely check out the Brightening Lilac color. Okay, and then the last thing that I tried out was the liquid lipstick and the lip pencil. So let's start with the lip pencil. The lip pencils definitely remind me of the MAC Pro Longwear lip pencils, where they just glide on very easy and then they kind of just stay on your lips. So if you want something very long lasting and creamy, then I would definitely recommend the lip pencils. So for the liquid lipstick, I really like the formula. The shade Get Real is a very pretty kind of peachy kind of nude shade. Depending on your skin tone, it does pull a little bit more like peachy on me because I am so fair. But I really do like the color. I think it's really pretty. The formula, once it goes on, it's kind of like a liquidy kind of consistency, but it still has like full color payoff. It just feels very sheer on your lips when you first go to apply it, but then once it starts to like dry down, you do get like that full like high coverage kind of liquid lipstick. It does remind me kind of the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks in the way that they apply. This shade you don't have to layer, because I feel like you get the full color payoff with the first layer. But I don't know how the other shades would work, but I really like it. And then once it completely dries down, like I can still move my lips together and feel like my lips are hydrated, but it doesn't feel like thick like lipstick on my mouth. I can feel like I have lipstick on, but in a good way. It doesn't feel like super drying. It feels very hydrating on my lips, but I don't feel like this would transfer onto my mask, like if you are wearing a mask. But if you kiss your hand, you could see not really that much comes off on your hand, but I feel like these are going to be super long wearing. I haven't like, you know, eaten with them or drank or anything like that, but so far I feel like they're very comfortable and I really like the formula on both of them. Those are my complete thoughts and opinions on this whole collection. I think she did an amazing job, honestly. If there's one thing about her, I know she is very into like skin, and when I met her in person, you guys, this woman's freaking skin is freaking flawless, okay? Like her makeup in person is flawless, and I remember I just kept staring at her like, Jesus girl, like your makeup looks so freaking good. Like her makeup looks good in her videos, but if you see her in person, her makeup just looks even better, which is, I'm like, how is that even possible? But she just looks so like poreless. Like she almost has a filter on her face, which is just weird. But yeah, when I met her in person, I was like, damn girl, like your makeup looks so bomb. So yeah, when she decided to come out with the face products, I was super excited because I love to watch her face routines and how she does her makeup, because ever since meeting her in person, I'm like, I really want my makeup to look like how your skin does. So I was super excited to try out this whole collection, and I'm so glad that it is so bomb and I love it, because I'm definitely going to be incorporating these products in my daily routine, because I'm actually shook at how much I really like everything that she came out with. But yeah, definitely give it a try. Don't sleep on it. I know in the past her brand has had a little hiccup and stuff, but everything that she's come out with like after her lipsticks, I think she's done an amazing job on. So I'm definitely going to give credit where credit's due, and I think you guys should definitely check out these products and yeah, see how you like it. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to my channel down below, as well as turn on your post notifications so that you know every time I upload a new video. But other than that, I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!